Rest easy, Breaking Bad fans. Aaron Paul does say the word bitch in this movie. Need for Speed is a movie that follows Aaron Paul, and he's into street racing. He's one of the best, and one day a tragedy happens and someone betrays him and he goes to jail for it for something that he didn't do. So when he gets out, he's out on a revenge path against this guy, and that's the movie Need for Speed. Going into this movie, I was fairly excited because even though the first trailer I thought was over serious and didn't fit, the second trailer had better music and it was cut pretty well, so I'd hoped the movie would be good. And I like Aaron Paul. I think he's a great actor, not only in Breaking Bad, but he was great in Smashed as well. So I thought this movie could be an enjoyable action movie, and it's a very enjoyable action movie. Aaron Paul is great in this movie. He really sells the role of the lead, and he's a character who, he doesn't really say all that much. You still get a sense for his character through his facial expressions and other things like that. Imogen Poots is in the movie, and she was in That Awkward Moment last month, and now she's in this movie, and she's good in this movie as well. I think she's a good actress. Michael Keaton has a small role in this movie, and I thought he was one of the best parts of the movie overall. He has like this podcast on racing and holds his own like race like once a year or whatever it is, and winner takes all the cars. He was really funny in the movie. He provided a good amount of comedic relief. Dominic Cooper is the villain of the movie, and he's fine, but that's because he's a very good actor. The way the character's written, it's just like, okay, he's a really terrible person, and that's pretty much it. One of the things I really loved about this movie was the car chases and the races, and pretty much just the action overall, because it's all practical effects. All these cars are being raced on real streets. It's not CGI. The actors are doing their own stunts, and it looks great. It looks real. It feels real, and that's important for an action movie like this. And it looks awesome. I'm not usually a fan of like street racing movies. I'm just not that into it. But this movie made it feel really intense. The way the movie is cut, there's not too many quick jumps or anything like that. There's no shaky cam. You can see what's going on. And it works for the movie because it makes the action feel more intense. And again, I'm not one to usually gush about cars, but the cars in this movie look awesome. Especially in the final race of the movie, there's like 6 cars that are all just pimped out. Oh god, I never expected I would say that, and it just looks awesome. The movie is a bit overlong. I feel like there's like a good chunk of this movie is just Aaron Paul racing across the United States to get to this race to go for vengeance against Dominic Cooper. I feel like they could have cut like 1 or 2 scenes out of that section because it's a big chunk of the movie, and it feels like just a little bit overlong after a while. The writing in the movie is fairly well done overall. There are some lines that are pretty cringe-inducing. Like early on in the movie, they're all in this garage, Aaron Paul and his crew, and they're going back and forth, and it was like, oh, okay, that's a little bit forced, but as the movie went on, it got better, and the lines weren't as cringe-inducing. The story overall, it's a basic story, so you're really here for the action and the car chases, because most of this movie is a car chase, one big one, and I thought it was enjoyable. I think it's a fun action movie. Need for Speed is a well-acted action movie with great stunt work and good camera work. A couple lines here and there are pretty bad, and the script isn't the greatest thing in the world, but it's serviceable, it's fun. I think that if you go out and see it next month, it'll be a fun time at the movies. I'm gonna give Need for Speed a B+. So what are your guys' thoughts going into Need for Speed? If you're watching this after it's come out, what did you think of it? Did you enjoy it? Did you not enjoy it? Do you think Aaron Paul can anchor a movie? Personally, I think he can. Write beautiful comments down there and tell me what you think. And if you like this video, hit that subscribe button down there, because if you don't, we'll be done here, bitch.